Well, today's job we did a versa-lok retaining wall, and this is Chris, who's Jack Bravyak's son. You've seen Jack in all my videos before. So this is his job. He does a lot of landscaping and he cuts down trees. And we'll put his number in the description box. But here we go, we're going to show you how it was done. Well, today we're putting this little retaining wall in, and it's going to be made out of those kind of blocks. The reason we're putting it in was because the old wood was here and it was actually over here, and they had an extra air conditioning unit that was out here, and you can see the parts to it right here, and they got to put it back here. So they can't have a slope, because you know the way I feel about retaining walls. But we're going to do it new school. We're just going to use, that's a sample right there, those kind of blocks. So we just got to clean this up a little bit, put the gravel down. So let's look at the way it looked before they ripped this all out of here. So they were using landscaping timbers, and the frost came and it knocked it over, and they couldn't put the air conditioning unit back. So they wanted it all replaced. You could see how it was leaning over towards the door. So before we get the gravel, got some of it, let's get these up and straighten them out so that everything is flat. We're here already. It's only going to take us a couple minutes to straighten these out. So now I got that line straightened out. We know our height and everything, so everything kind of matches up. Okay, there's Jack moving out of blocks. You can tell he played with the Buffalo Bills. Look at him.
90 pounds each.
And here comes Chris. He's the owner of this company. Yeah. See. Okay, sir. We tamped the heck out of it. Like that.
Alright, you gotta screed it, just like concrete. We got to our corner here, so we're only going a couple feet here. In Pennsylvania, we use Durawall because of the frost.
So we're just gonna mix this concrete mix up like this. Sorry. We're just gonna mix it up. That's it. All right, now for the first course, we're gonna do this. Why are we doing this? Because that's what's gonna hold it all together. Just like that. Not too much, just enough. See that wire? That's it, and then we're gonna get one of these blocks. Put it right on top. Just like that. I'm gonna go back a little bit because of the building. Just like that. Now we gotta go looking this way. This is high. We want the wall just a very little bit going down this way. That's it. Same thing. Get it in there. It's gonna hold that wall together. Trust me.
Yeah.
A little more.
Well, see, it looks pretty good. At least with this one. It's around there.
Now we're doing our corner. Perfect. That's it. Right around there. We're doing our corner first. All right. They give you these little pins, and they go right down inside, and they right in these holes. You see that? Them holes. You go down there,
Yeah.
and then they actually pin into here when you send them down. And you just use that to tap it in. That's it. It's all the way in. I can see it right in there. Good.
And this one's here.
Yep. That's it. They just fill in there.
Tap that in.
Everything on the bottom is level, and this way and that way. So all you do is just put them one on top of the other. That's it. That's it. Just keep going. So now I got a cut one here at the end. 9 inches. You go 9 inches, which is right there. Nine inches. Right there. Of course. That's where it's got to get cut. Perfect. So we got our first course in. I put a little styrofoam against the building. I don't think that hurts at all. Gives a little breathing space or a little expansion space, so you're not going to break the rest of the building. You don't have to do it, but you could do it. And all these holes go down here just like if you're filling them with concrete, so we're not going to worry too much about filling it right now. Rock solid, that's it. Okay, Jack is laying them out dry, and then it's the end of the day, but we got the approval from the owner, and tomorrow we'll cement them and the gravel will come in the back and we'll be done. Now here's typical thing with these walls. These are 18 inches, these are 16 inches, so the joints ain't gonna match up. See, they're halves here, and then they shrink up as they go. Then over here, we got the one here, so you can't leave it looking bad, like that. So we got to cut one and do something like this. So we're going to talk to the owner and see what she wants. We're back the next morning, and we're kind of making this all work, and we're going to cut it as it goes and put it together. I mixed some some S-mortar, like a plaster mix. S-mortar and some Portland together, and that's going to be my top. Now we're going to lay our corner block. Or not our corner block, but our end block. Just like if we're doing regular block work. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. That's all. Lay it in here, just like that. And a big deal here is to make sure it's almost level. And we're going to measure out from that part of the block 1.5 inches for an overhang. And we're going to come over to this end and do the same thing. Level this way too. And this way. That's it. Now I set my line from there to here. That's going to go with that line. Everything should be good. So, okay, gonna keep taking these off. Basically doing the same thing. Now, some people use glue. I'm not a fan of glue because usually it's doesn't hold up as well, I can say. And I'm not going to do the joints, because if we ever had to take these caps off for some ungodknown reason, then you always buy a rubber hammer. That's perfect. Just the way I want it. Perfect. Okay. That's it. See all the holes in there behind the wall? It's like weak poles. There's no water gonna lay behind this wall. So we got all the gravel in. Right, Chris?
That's right.
That's what it looks like behind the wall.
Gravel's in.
Yep. How did you do? Good?
Yeah, we're doing good here, you know. Now we're gonna scrape the landscaping here, plant some fresh grass seed and put some straw down. And we'll go from there. Hi, I'm Chris, and today we did a versa-lok retaining wall. As you can see, it turned out great. The customer is very satisfied. I do a tree removal service along with landscaping and some masonry. And my number will be in the description box at the end of the video.
I'm going to talk about those kind of walls for a minute. You don't really see me putting them on YouTube, mostly old school stuff, but it's kind of a modern way to do it. And in this case, because of the air conditioning units and the old wood wall fell over, it was determined we put in another wall, and it's only say 4 or 4.5 feet high. We filled it with gravel and we put gravel underneath it, so it's not a big deal, and they're an easy wall to put up. I call it new school. Now if you look behind me, I'm standing in front of a railroad track. You look at a railroad track, do you see any footers under it? No. Do you see any PVC pipes going under for drainage? No. It's all gravel. The gravel goes right through it. Hundreds of tons of freight go over this every day. Gravel is one of the best bases you could have, and one of the best defenses when you put it behind the wall to keep it from moving, especially in our area because of the frost. Now you've seen me put that door wall down, which is the same stuff you put between blocks when you're laying blocks. It holds the wall together better, and sometimes I would even put rebar down and put the cement down and lay it in, because once that first block moves on the bottom, with our frost in Pennsylvania, it can go 6 feet down. That wall's going to move, so that's a big defense on keeping those walls from moving. And then we put the pea gravel inside, and I just use regular you know, that pre-mix you buy at Lowe's or Home Depot or something. You just mix it up with the water for the base, and you lay the bottom like blocks. And then when we got on top, I used the S mortar, and because it was outside, I added a little more Portland to it, and I laid the top like blocks. I'm not a big fan of the glue. I only have one video where I showed putting those, you know, the old stone type of walls. We dug like 2 feet of gravel, and then we tamped it, and we put the rebar on the bottom and built the whole wall on top of that. And you could do that for miles. Gravel's one of your best bases. That's called Stonework Part 2, Mike Haduck, and here's a couple scenes from it. I didn't have a video camera in those days, so I didn't get much of that stuff done. I also have a video called Retaining Walls, Yes or No. I'd say 70% of the retaining walls they put in today, they don't really need them. I'd rather slope it, and you never have a problem. In this instance, we had to build it up to put the air conditioners back. So it was good working with Jack Bravyak, and his son Chris is a straight shooter. He's got that tree cutting business, and he does a lot of landscaping, plus some odds and ends for people he knows. So his number will be in the description box. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike Haduck. I'll see you next video.